Good afternoon, everyone. Those who are present, could you please confirm whether I am audible or not? Okay, so those who are present, good afternoon. Now we were actually continuing on the module 3. So module 3 is a asymmetric concept. So this is the topic of message digest. Okay. If you have any problem from the previous classes, you can write it down on the chat box. Till then, I am continuing with the message digest. Okay, this is the very easy topic. So, what is the concept of message digest? Any idea? Any of you have any idea on message digest? Any of you has any idea on message digest? Okay. Message digest is actually used for the information security, right? It is used to ensure the integrity of the message that is transmitted over the channel that is insecure. Okay, this is done actually by using a hash function. Now, what hash function is, we will study it in the upcoming classes. Now, this hash function actually compresses the normal message into the image of message so that it cannot be tempered. And this image of message is known as digest. Okay, this image of message is known as digest. Now let's see the example. Let's assume that Alice sends a message and a digestware to Bob. Okay, Alice is a sender, Bob is a receiver. Now Alice has to send its message as well as the encrypted version of the message, that is image of the message. Okay, image of the message that is transferred through the hash function that is known as digest. This both the things will be transferred from the sender to the receiver. Now to check the integrity of the message that Bob has got, Bob runs the cryptographic hash function on the received message and gets a new digest, right? If I run the hash function on the message, a new message digest will be formed. Now Bob compares between the two digests. If the two digests are same, then the message is not at all tempered. If both are not the same, then you have to change it or you have to discard it. Okay, that is the basic concept behind the message digest generation, right? Image form of the message. First, what Alice does, Alice has his own message. They convert their message to the digest using hash function, and then Alice sends the original message and the digest through the insecure channel to the Bob or the receiver. Now to authenticate whether my digest that I got is same or not, Bob does sends the message through the hash function to create his own digest. Now Bob has received one digest from Alice and Bob has created his own digest, right? Now he will compare between the two whether these digests are same or not. If it's find that the digests are same, then the original message has not been changed and is being successfully sent to the receiver. If they find that the two digests are not same, then they will discard the message as they will term it as a fraudulent one, okay, or the tempered message. This is how a message digest works, how we generate the message digest. Now this message and digest pair is actually equivalent to the physical document and fingerprint. This message and the digest pair is actually equivalent to a physical document and fingerprint of a person. Okay. So I am sending the, when I am verifying my message physically, then what we do? We send our original data, we send our Xerox copy of the data, as well as they require our fingerprint scan or face scan for the verification, right? Now this message and digest acts like the same kind of thing for internet verification or for verification of digital documents, right? Unlike the physical document and the fingerprint, the message and the digest can be sent separately. But you have to keep in mind that the digest should be unchanged during the transmission. That needs to be kept in mind. The cryptographic hash function, what is that? Because through hash function we are actually sending the data, right? Through hash function we are actually converting sends the normal message into the image form of that message as a digest and sends. Okay, so this is the practical function of hash function. Now hash function is a one way function, that is a function which is practically infeasible to invert. we can convert a normal message into the image message, whereas we cannot convert it back to the original message. Okay, so this digest actually acts for the verification of the data. This cryptographic hash function takes a message of variable length as input and creates either digest, there are different name, okay, that is digest or hash or the fingerprint. Now hash function takes the input of variable length, whereas hash function produces an output of fixed length, and this output is used to verify the integrity of the online document. Now this message digest actually ensures the integrity of the online document. To provide the authenticity of the message, the digest is encrypted with the sender's private key, because anyone can tamper the digest by sending other digest, right? So to keep the digest appropriate or untempered, what does we do? We actually change the or hide the data by using the sender's private key. Now this digest is called the digital signature. Okay, this digest we may also named as digital signature, and this digital signature can only be decrypted or only be encrypted with the sender's private key and can only be decrypted by the receiver's private key and sender's public key. This is the typical hash function conversion. Okay, this is the typical hash function conversion. Message is of variable length. We have the hash function and we convert it into the fixed level message digest. Now how this conversion is done? Okay, a simple Java program runs in conversion of this message into the message digest. Okay, how? First what we do, we create the message digest object. Okay, first we create the message digest object. In that what happens? In that message digest class, it provides the method name as getInstance. Now this method accepts the string variable specifying the name of the algorithm to be used and returns a message digest object implementing the specified algorithm. Okay. Now what does it do? It creates a message digest object using that getInstance. How it creates? I have just written the simple Java code. Message digest, I named it as MD object name equals to message digest dot get instance within bracket sh256. What sh256 is? These are the different kinds of message digest, or these are the different kinds of protective layers that we will learn. Okay, in the next classes we will learn about this thing. After that what happens? After creating the message digest object, you need to pass the message or that particular data to it. You can do these things by using update option or the update method, of the message digest class. This method accepts a byte array representing the message and adds or passes it to the above message digest object by using md.update message.getBytes to obtain the message digest. After that, what happens? It generates the message digest. After passing the data of the created message digest object, it passes the message digest object to generate the message digest. Actual message digest, that is the conversion from the original message to the digest. Now what happens? Now it gets generated the message digest using the digest method of the message digest class. This method computes the hash function on the current object and returns the message in the form of a byte array. They returns a byte of array. Okay. It generates the message digest using the digest method. Okay. Now from here, ma'am, digest is actually the outcome or the conversion from the message into the picture format of that original message, to check the validity whether the message is same or not. Okay, now what kind of questions may come from this topic? A simple short note and explain the conversion, and nothing else is going to come. Okay, this is the fourth module. Sorry, this is the third module, last part. No algorithm is there. This is only the few short notes and the steps. Okay, so this kind of questions will come from this part. So any more questions do you have? I don't think you will have many more questions because this is an easy one. So I am posting the link on your group. I am here for a few more minutes, so you can ask the questions regarding message digest do you have, and I am posting the link in the group. Please answer those links, answer those questions very carefully, because I have extracted very minute details from the slides. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask over here, or you can give the test.